Hey guys! We're Tiny Habits, and we are super stoked to be here this afternoon. We're going to play you some songs, and this first one we released a couple of weeks ago, and it's called One More. One more kiss and off you go again, my darling. Good morning to you. Don't forget to call me when you get to where you're going. Let's keep pretending for a while. One more laugh and I'm reminded of the nights we danced together in the rain. Now we speak with simple words, got nothing more to say. Still we keep pretending anyway. Sorry to be so caught up in the past. I'm lost in between me and you, and I'll give a space for whoever comes my way, but I just wish it could have been you. Drifted and faded out of love again, my darling. This wasn't meant to last. Oh, and now the rain just fills the space of what you say to me. Should we stop pretending we're meant to be? Oh, sorry to be so caught up in the past. I'm lost in between me and you, and I'll give a space for whoever comes my way, but I just wish it could have been, but I just wish we could have been, but I just wish it could have been you. Yay. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's next, Jill?
Oh, this next song is actually, I think, no, it was the second song we released.
It was true.
And it's actually named after a street in Boston, which is where we're from.
Nice.
And it's called Hemingway.
So true.
Yes.
It's a big fear of mine, thinking I've left behind something good, something good. Told you on Hemingway that it didn't feel the same, and you just stood. And now I can't come back to Boston without feeling you all around. Come back to Boston. On Hemingway I let you down. Come back to Boston. I thought that it'd be better now. So what did I do it for? 'Cause now I just want you more than I ever did.
monster now, 'cause I ripped the heart right out of a pacifist. And now I can't come back to Boston. I'm feeling all the way to the come back to Boston. On Hemingway we don't exist. Come back to Boston. I thought that it'd be better.
Is there a future where you forgive me, where it won't hurt, where we agree to love each other with good intentions? Another heartbreak, can we prevent it? 'Cause I wanna go back to Boston. Oh, come back to Boston. On Hemingway, I hold you tight. Come back to Boston. Come back to Boston tonight.
To Boston
Tonight.
Boston tonight. Thank you.
I love this little audience. It's so great.
Yeah, this is fun.
Are
I'm
we
gonna switch
switching?
guitars. Yeah. Forgive me.
Well, I'll talk about this next one. You guys, you know what's so crazy is that this song actually just came out today.
Literally today.
Oh my God.
Like,
So,
literally today.
this is
like,
huge,
Oh my
and-
gosh.
It's our favorite, I think.
It
It's
is
our
our
favorite.
favorite Hab song ever, and we are so happy it's out. So you guys can go stream it. It's called Tiny Things, and it's a really sweet little song.
It gets pretty big for a song called
Yeah.
Tiny Things.
You're so right.
Yeah.
Did you like that joke?
Yeah,
It's kind of
that was
ironic.
Yeah. Should we play it? Do you have anything else you want to say?
Oh, it's also our shortest song.
Is it?
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a tiny song.
Is it like 2 minutes or something?
Okay.
It's like, okay, sorry, too much
You
talking.
guys, you tell us how you feel.
Standing in the kitchen, counting all the tiles on the floor. Some of them are hidden underneath the rug by the door. Thinking any minute I could hear the sound of the clock go off. And
You can grab the linens, we can make the bed all nice and watch a movie in it. Talk about your day all night, just a proposition, but I think it sounds pretty good to me. How about that? You and me, lots of love in tiny things. All we have is all I need. All the love's in tiny
Scratches in the sofa, all the pretty words in your mouth. How you call me over just to show me
something you found.
hiding in the attic underneath the box I forgot about.
I love this, you and me, lots of love in tiny things. All we have is all I need. All the love's in tiny things have gone wrong in the past, and I see looking back what I took for granted. I know that I want this to last, so I take a step back and I look at the patterns.
Love is a
Verb, it's an action. It's not a film reenactment. I don't need the moon or a mansion. I'm happy to be standing
standing in your kitchen.
counting all the tiles on the floor while you do the dishes.
you guys. Thank you, New York.
Sick.
Thank you, New York.
We've been Tiny Habits.
All right, you're listening to WNYU 89.1, and streaming 24/7 at WNYU.org. And I'm here today with Tiny Habits.
Hey, hey.
How you guys doing?
We're doing
good.
well.
Oh,
Oh
good.
my
How are you?
goodness. You just heard 3 of their unbelievable songs.
Oh.
They sound incredible every single time. And
Aw.
I am honored to be in the room with you guys. Seriously. Thank you for
Well,
being
as are
here.
we.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
having us.
Thanks for
Hello.
having us.
Oh, I just got a couple of questions for you guys. So how did you guys all meet?
Well, funny story.
It's quite the story.
It is quite the
Um,
story.
I actually followed the two of them on Instagram kind of during COVID, during the pandemic. So Judah and I actually started Berkeley online during that fall semester. And then once we got to Berkeley in the spring, I asked Judah to come over to my little dorm room and sing with me. And that same day I had swiped up on Cinya's story because she posted this little video of not asking how to use the toilet paper roll
holder.
handle because she didn't know how to
It
use
was
it.
this like weird vintage,
Contraption.
like I can't explain.
It literally
It
was
sounds
not
so
vintage,
silly, but I promise you it was so.
No, I
so
believe
odd.
you. I believe you.
Except Judah didn't have an issue apparently.
No,
Judah
I
didn't.
didn't. I figured it out because I
I'm a genius.
am a genius.
But I swiped up on her story being like, my roommate and I are also like equally as confused. And she was like, I figured it out. Let me show you. And then that's how we became friends. And then that same night when Judah was over singing, I just texted Cinya and I was like, hey, like, you want to come over? It was like super random.
Bring your butt downstairs.
And they both came over and we sang together. And the rest is kind of history.
Yeah.
We've
So
been
we
singing
can
ever since.
thank toilet paper for
Exactly.
Tiny Habits being a
Exactly.
thing.
Right.
If it wasn't for toilet paper,
If it wasn't for toilet paper, you would not
wouldn't
be
be
sitting
here.
here today.
Right.
Speaking of, where does the name Tiny Habits come from?
it's
Nowhere.
it's so random. We were just texting back and forth, and I think we stopped on the word habits,
Yeah.
and then it was just like we wanted to put something before that,
Mm-hmm.
and then we were like
Small
scary habits,
Little
little habits.
Tiny habits.
Yeah.
And at first, I don't think I was into it. I
Yeah,
think
Maya
I was
did
like,
not
what does
it.
that
She
even
was
mean?
like, this is so silly.
But we stuck with it. And now it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think it makes sense?
Well, I feel like the name is kind of, its meaning is kind of just
Taken on meaning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's taken on meaning.
Specifically, like when we're like vocally arranging, like we each know each other's like vocal habits.
Yeah,
I
we
think
know
and
each
we,
other
like,
as
fall into
musicians.
place.
Mm-hmm.
And even just like as human beings, I feel like we've gotten to know each other so well that we like know the tiniest parts of. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of sweet. So
That's
it makes
great.
sense for us. I love that.
Um, so when you guys were like first starting to sing together, at what point did you realize that you had something like special and like this is like something that we could do?
It took us a long time.
I think it took us a while. Yeah. We were singing in each other's rooms, and we would like post. We would record and post videos on our like individual accounts before a Tiny Habits account was ever even created. And every time we would post, it was like the most views each of us would like. We would get so much engagement, and people would like comment like, "You guys should do this for real. Like, you should be a trio. You should make an EP or whatever."
And we'd always just be like, haha,
Haha,
like,
so funny.
imagine.
Like it was because we lived in the same building, so it was just like fun. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was COVID time still, so you really couldn't hang out with anyone else outside of the building.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so it was just what
A
we
full
had.
year later,
Yeah.
from like the first time we sang together was when we were like, okay, like let's actually do this. And we like
Yeah.
made the Tiny Habits account. And yeah.
Yeah.
And now here we are, which is crazy.
And here you are, like I was looking back, it's like a year and like a month and a half since, and
Yeah.
you've had all these like incredible like performances and like being able to like do so many different things with shows coming up at the Troubadour and like headlining shows in LA
Makes
and
no
like
sense at all.
going on
Yeah.
tour with Gracie. Now. Like, how does that feel like to have blown up and had the success that you guys have had in such the short time span that you've officially been a group?
I honestly don't think I don't think I'll ever process any of it.
We talk about that every day.
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Just like how surreal it is. And
We have. I
Yeah.
feel like I have moments of clarity where, like, literally on stage, I'll be like, "Wait, where am I?" but I feel like having each other has made it like way less scary. I feel
Yeah.
like it feels like a very gradual thing because we just like get to latch onto each other and like experience it at the same time. And so I feel like if we were doing it alone, it would feel like a lot more daunting.
Yeah.
But it's felt. We've just been really grateful, I think, to have all this stuff and the support we've gotten from our team and
the best team in the
and
Yeah.
people listening. It's just really awesome.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Fantastic. That's so great. That's great. Moving off of that, you guys are currently on tour with Gracie Abrams. How has that been?
So fun.
So fun. She is
So
absolutely amazing. I was actually a huge fan of her before, like last year, like 2 months after Tiny Habs even started. I went to her show at the Sinclair in Boston because I was just a huge fan. So a full year later to be like actually opening for her is like completely insane. But she's just like the sweetest human being.
She
So
made us a
sweet.
cake. It was
Yeah,
really nice.
this is our first like official tour.
Yeah.
big tour.
So the
yeah.
first night
Congratulations,
of
by
tour.
the
Thank
way.
you.
She brought us a cake the first night,
It
and
was
she
so
on
sweet.
Maya's birthday
Mhm.
in Toronto, she like set up these like
This
balloons
whole
and
thing for
Yeah.
me.
for
it was
Maya's
really
birthday was so
sweet.
she's just like the kindest person, just like so conscious of other people. I think it's
Yeah.
really beautiful to see.
Yeah.
So we're honored to be
Yeah.
near her.
Yeah.
Be in her presence.
And how do you think that like being on tour with her has prepped you guys for your own tour, which is coming out? Tiny tour. You guys are coming back to Brooklyn on the
Yay.
23rd,
Fourth
of June,
Fourth. I think it's fourth.
24th. Let's go.
Unless you-
24th.
No, I think it's third. I think it's
I
third.
don't have it off the top of
I think
my
it's the
head.
third.
23rd. I think you're right.
I think you're right, because then it's
Yeah.
Philly after that. You're right.
Let me definitely not look this up super quick.
I feel so prepped and ready.
Yeah.
Me too.
I mean, we've played a couple of like our own headline
Yeah.
shows, like in LA, and was that LA the only one we've played?
We
Maybe
played in New York.
we played New York. We've played too.
I
So I
feel-
think we're stoked.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be good because this is such a long tour, and
Yeah,
the one
it's
we're
just a
doing is
lot
like
of
a couple
practice.
days. So I
Yeah.
think it's not gonna be insane, but I think it's gonna be so fun
Yeah.
to have our folks there.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Did you find out if it's 23rd?
Is the 23rd.
23rd. You're right.
You're a genius.
Sick.
So doing all these different performances, being on tour, just is there like one, and this could be like all three of you, a collective or like individual, what do you think is like a defining moment that you have noticed in your careers or these performances that's like really shaped either you or the group, or what do you anything like that?
Defining moment.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. In Toronto, the other day, I heard so many people singing our lyrics, which was
Yeah.
like the
That's
most insane
really
thing. I was like,
crazy.
y'all are in Canada right now, just like singing words that we wrote in our room. Like that's so insane.
Yeah.
And also like when they put their little phone flashlights up, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because you can like count how many there are. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know. That kind of stuff is just crazy to like see this scale.
I think for me, we played Moroccan Lounge in LA back in January, which I think was maybe our like second headline show there. But I think for us, it's still like a crazy thought to have people like buying tickets and coming out to see us, and like the fact that we sold that out, and like now the Troubadour also. It's just like such a weird. I don't know.
understand.
I think to us, we're like, how's this real?
Yeah.
Are y'all sure?
It's really cool that like people want to listen to the music that we create, and like
Like
Yeah,
buy
it's
merch.
really
like
sweet.
you're just like
Buying
wearing
our
face
merch.
on your. Yeah, I don't know.
it's really cool.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Awesome. Very nice. And you guys just released, well, at the time of recording this today, new single,
Yes.
Tiny Things.
Tiny things.
Tiny
Tiny
Things.
Things.
Where does the inspiration for your original songs come from? And side question, did one of you actually break up with somebody on Hemingway Street in Boston?
I broke up with someone on Commonwealth.
But I actually broke up with someone on
true,
Hemingway,
true, true.
so it works.
The song. I think Hemingway was just a better rhyme. It was actually for a songwriting class. It was for an assignment, and we like had to use a street name, and Hemingway just had like a good ring,
Yeah.
and so
Good right.
But I think our songwriting process is kind of different every time. Usually, it kind of just depends. Sometimes we like start a song on our own, write it completely on our own, or just like start it together and finish it together.
Yeah. But it's all from our own personal experiences,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we talk about it, and then we write about it.
It's a super natural
Yeah.
process.
Everything just seems very flowy. Just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
It's exactly that.
that's our thing. I feel like.
I like that. It definitely makes sense, and like that matches your
We
guys'
try.
vocals so well. Like it just
Thanks.
everything
you.
comes together so nice.
Oh,
I like
thank
it.
you.
It's good stuff. What are your guys' goals for the future? You're a relatively new band. Are there any specific venues or festivals you want to play, or anything in that realm, or just in terms of release dates or anything like that? Releasing things.
I think we definitely have a lot of collabs that we want, a lot of artists that we look up to
Mhm.
that we would love to collab with.
I want to
Um,
be on a Drake song so bad. I think that'd go
That'd be
crazy.
sick.
That'd be
Drake,
so
if
sick.
you're hearing this,
Hey Drake, if
Drake, if you were listening
to
to
this,
WNYU right now.
but yeah, I mean, I think I don't think we've really talked about like a specific venue or like
Yeah,
festival, but
no.
I think we just want to keep playing and
Yeah.
it's just really cool to see our audience and our listeners grow. So like, if that can just keep happening, that'd be so awesome. I mean,
Yeah, agreed.
yeah, we're just stoked to keep making music. We're actually releasing our debut EP kind of soon.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if I'm allowed to announce that, but I'm doing it anyway. Sorry. I don't know if we have an exact date yet, but a couple weeks it should be out. So that's super exciting.
Damn, you heard it here first. My goodness.
Sorry for the leak.
No, you don't have to apologize. To me. Oh my, thank you for that.
Yay.
As you know, personally, as someone who also writes music, what's the best piece of advice you can give to someone trying to get to where you guys are at?
I think it's important to not judge your own creations, specifically in the realm of comparing to other people.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I think of all my favorite artists, they're like all completely different than anyone else. And I feel like the moment you start comparing yourself to other people is the moment you kind of lose that individuality. And so I feel like, I don't know, that feels like a good piece of advice.
Yeah. I also feel like there's so many like chords and like lyrics. Like I feel like if you spend so much time comparing yourself to other people or like finding the similarities in other songs, then you kind of just limit your own creation, I feel like. So I feel like you shouldn't do so much of that. Just write what you write and whatever it is.
Let it pour out.
Let it pour.
Let it flow.
Let it flow.
Let it flow. Let it flow. Well, Cinya, Judah, Maya, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Tiny Habits, ladies and gentlemen, on WNYU. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for coming in.